Ladies, gentlemen, and young ladies, the Russo-Iranian conflict now remains an ego clash between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. He's spoiled. President Donald Trump has just given the formidable and much-feared order by Russia, through Europe too. The world is holding its breath. Donald Trump, very angry, made the decision that he should not take. He made the decision that he should not take. A decision that Russia didn't want him to take. Yes, let's go straight ahead in front of a direct confrontation between Russia and the United States of America. This is a challenge that is launched to Russia. Donald Trump is in the process of demonstrate by A plus B that it is he who rules this world and that Russia does not have his only word to say. If Russia tempt, America will show him its true face. Donald Trump ordered the immediate delivery of Thomas missile Hawk. Donald Trump defied the threat of Putin, the threat that Putin made just now. He put that aside and he ordered the immediate delivery of the Thomas Hawk missile to Ukraine, and in violation of the rules which govern NATO, since the rules that govern NATO say that it is only the states NATO members who must have of this extremely symbolic weapon, extremely dangerous. Unfortunately, Donald Trump has decided to go beyond what is provided for by the NATO Charter and seriously arm Ukraine to face Russia because it believes that Vladimir Putin is in being stubborn. He should show Putin who he is. It would be necessary that he shows Putin that his patience has limits. He said last night, America is very patient, but its patience has its limits. So he wants to show Vladimir Putin who he is. There is an ego problem that is here. He's angry. He has Amadou and Vladimir Putin. He put pressure on Zelensky. He created the conditions for the peace may come to Ukraine. He has favored Putin, all things that have been severely criticized from the West. But in return, Russia refused to abdicate. Putin saw in the approach of, and in any case, Russia saw in the approach from Donald Trump a form of pressure. And Putin said any self-respecting state would never give in to pressure from a foreign state. While America also has strengths and powers, the sanctions that America has triggered, which pushed China and India to turn its back, even if it is temporarily to at Russian oil, already showing effectiveness, US sanctions. It is not necessary not to hide one's face. So if in addition to that Donald Trump decides to continue rearming Ukraine as not possible, it means that let's go straight into a confrontation. And Vladimir Putin, he has threatened earlier. He said if America never dares to deliver the Thomas Hawk missiles to Ukraine, he will raise Washington. It will. That is to say, the riposte will be overwhelming. Despite this, Donald Trump did not listen. But why these missiles, Thomas Hawk, are also feared and formidable? I'll tell you the reason right away, time, you will see. Before continue viewing this geopolitical conference dedicated to world news, I ask you to share it as much as possible. It must be shared. We are at a very decisive moment in world history. These great powers that have adorned themselves with it, the ornate now, between risk to collude. Ukraine became small in this matter. Donald Trump is now making this war his own war, and all means at the disposal of the American president as president of the so-called great world power. He will put them in work to bring Russia to its knees, since for him, humiliation that Vladimir Putin just inflicted it. Let's go deep, share at most, put a lot of likes. The official announcement from Washington, which is an American presidential order, which is an assumed escalation. President Donald Trump ordered the immediate delivery of Thomas missiles long-range Hawk to Ukraine, and it is an emblematic weapon of the American power. It is a weapon that constitutes identity of American power. He ordered the delivery, and its missiles are capable of going up to 2,500 kilometers with precision. It is true that Russia has already shown other missiles, the missile that was fired yesterday that will up to 12,000 kilometers. Russia exceeds largely the technical capabilities, technological of the military industry, American. But the problem is that this weapon meets the needs of Ukraine because from Kiev, the capital, they can use this weapon and strike Moscow. They can hit Kaliningrad, they can hit Belgorod. I tell you that the situation is very serious. Let's go into the depths. So the Pentagon confirmed that the first batches will be transferred in the next 10 days. So in 10 days, we will see something thing. Dangerous things will start in 10 days, like us, we are in global geopolitics. Less than within 10 days there are changes. Since it would be necessary for Russia, Putin seeks to really talk with his friend Donald Trump. Otherwise, when friendship is spoiled, that's it. Yes, that's what it is. It's true that Russia is strong, eh? But what Donald Trump started there, the confrontation is inevitable. Yes, because Donald Trump rules on everything that Putin says, and he engages the arm of iron. So the Pentagon confirms that the first lots will be transferred within 10 days, coming in the next 10 days, accompanied by support teams, American techniques stationed in Poland. So an American team is going to accompany its missiles. They will be stationed in Poland to help the Ukrainians. This means that America is entering the conflict. So the stated objective is to strengthen Kiev's defensive capability. But everyone understands that it is of a direct offensive capacity against Russian territory. That's clear. They are going to park in Poland. This is an action offensive against Russian territory. It's very clear. So Russia is fought on the economic level and also fought on the military level, where America sends its soldiers to parking in Poland. So America wants to use that it uses in other countries. This that America uses in others' country. I tell you, let's go to peace. You refuse, we'll bomb you. That's what that America is about to do. Yes. So Trump no longer supports Ukraine. He transforms it into the armed arm of America. That's what it means. So the Thomas Hawk, which was used by the United States during the Gulf War in Syria, Libya becomes a weapon for the first time coalition against Russia. So its range of action will allow Kiev to aim for Moscow, to aim for Belgorod, to target Rostov or Sevastopol from Ukrainian positions. And Ukraine thus becomes the first non-NATO country to have this type of missile, since it is a weapon specially designed for NATO member countries. America crosses the last barrier, that of strategic fire. And I tell you, ladies, gentlemen, and young ladies, the situation is very, very serious.